Hello everyone. I hope everybody is fine. All along we have been talking about the entrepreneurship. But do you know what exactly is running in the thought process of an entrepreneur? I have been telling you that there is a lot of difference between being an entrepreneur and being a normal businessman. But what are all those factors that do differentiate entrepreneurs from the normal businessman? It's simply the thought process. Earlier also, I quoted you one of the famous story in which somebody is asking the lion as to why you think that you are king of the forest. There are so many other animals who are more able than you in terms of the capacity, in terms of the strength, in terms of the wisdom, but why it always should be treated as a king? And the simple reply that the lion gives is, it is because I think I'm the king of the forest. So it is a thought process which is really going to make a difference. And thought process is one of the preliminary steps to any achievement that you can think of or that you are having in mind. So although you do not do any activity in the thought process, unless and until you plan in the thought process and unless and until you decide to go in a particular direction, I think you'll not be able to achieve the degree of success that you wish to. So on that note, I'll go ahead with the presentation, and the topic of the day is entrepreneurial mindset and the intentions. Hi, I'm Professor P.K. Pathak, back with you again with a very interesting topic. And just I urge you to share, like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and keep on receiving such kind of informative videos. Okay, so let us begin our presentation. And I'll suggest all of you to just take a pen and paper so that you can just note a few points, okay, which is going to make a difference and impact in your life, positive impact, rather to be precise. So here goes the presentation. I hope you can see. The topic is entrepreneurial mindset and the intentions. So, who is an entrepreneur? These are basically the people who think differently. And not only they think differently, but also their attitude towards the pursuit of their goals is a deciding factor. And you know what the attitude means? Attitude is simply a perception of something, which is a third object. So this is having only two facets. One is positive, the other one is negative. And the one who is having a positive attitude towards something, he's looking at the brighter side of the thing. He will be having positive vibes in his mindset and the thought process, and therefore all the positive energy is going to create a positive environment for him, in which he will be having better outcome oriented activities. Okay, so these are also the people who take a lot of advantage of the opportunities that are available to them, and not only that, they are unique people who also convert the disasters into opportunities, or even their negative points into the positive outcomes. So while somebody may think, look, this is one of my negative point, the people having entrepreneurial mindset, they do have the ability to convert all those negativity into the positive by simply interjecting some of their, wits. So let us now note down some of the entrepreneurial skill sets in terms of the thought process, and then we will be having point-to-point deliveries subsequently. These are some of the skill sets: innovation, tolerance to uncertainty, desire for independence, continuous goal setting, persistent problem solving, achievement-oriented, and positive outlook. So let us see one by one what exactly they are and how are they going to have impact over your performance. Let us go ahead with the first point, that is the innovation. An entrepreneur needs to be creative, needs to be innovative, by way of being able to visualize the problems being faced by the people in the society, and trying to identify and visualize some of the solutions, the viable solutions to all those problems, and then interject his own technological interventions and find out some of the solutions in terms of the specific products or designs. So having developed all these designs, he can commercialize all these products for the benefit of himself as well as for the benefit of the society. So this also means that he will have to take a lot of research and development endeavors. So you know what? In order to be able to sustain your business for a longer period of time, you just need to be research and development oriented. I can give you a few examples, like the Bajaj Chetak scooter, then you have the HMT watches, you have the investor cars. For that matter, these companies, they simply vanished after having reached to the peak of their, the commercial success. And you know why? The simple reason was they did not adapt to the changes happening in course of their business process. They just stick to the conventional wisdom, and they didn't have any change in their model, in their approach, in their management, in their practice, in their customer services. So nothing changed. Although the time changed, nothing changed for them, and so therefore they vanished in the process. And a lot of other companies, they took over their market. Okay. On the contrary, if you see, there is a bike called Royal Enfield, quite highly popular in our country. In 1955, it was taken over by the Indian company, and still it is going way ahead of other two-wheeler segments. Although there was having a bad patch in the year 2000 around, but after the 2010, it has again picked up the market, and it is one of the market leaders of the two-wheeler segment. Simply because they adapted to the changes that are happening in the market. They sensed the requirement of the youth, their aspirations, and accordingly made changes in their design while keeping the core values or the core, the core quality of the product. Okay, so one needs to be innovative in order to sustain in the longer period of time. Next, we will go ahead with the tolerance to uncertainty. You know what? There is always going to be uncertainty at the chapter number 1 of the change management. In the management courses, it says that there is only one certainty, that there is no certainty. So having known it, if you become comfortable with the uncertainty, if you take the challenges head on, I think you can generate infinite possibilities open up in your life that has been quoted here. So I can again preview one of the very recent example. You know who Bharti Mittal is? He is owner of the Airtel company. Okay, and everybody knows what Airtel is all about, and many of us we are having the Airtel connections. So who he was in the late 70s, he was having a cycle shop in the city of Ludhiana, Punjab. But because of his entrepreneurial orientations and they thought to achieve more success, he thought of going ahead with the business of the generator sets. And simply because he sensed an opportunity during those times, the electricity supply was very minimum, so much so that 10 to 12 hours of supply cut was very normal during those days. And every company, every shop, and all the able households, they required the generator sets. So sensing the opportunity, he started importing the generator sets from Japan, started selling out in the market, and he became a good businessman. But then, with the passage of time, the government of India decided to put more import duties on the generator sets and making his life again uncomfortable, because with the increased import duty, his profitability was cut down, and he started making losses, and ultimately, he has to stop the operations, and he quit the business. So what next? Again, it was a bad patch for his life. Then he was, started going to different countries in search of a new business, and in the process, he happened to visit Taiwan, from where it came to his mind that he can import the telephone sets, the landline telephone sets in our country, and he can start selling it. And again, he became a good businessman and doing so. And then came the mobile era, and rest is the history, all of you know. Okay, and in spite of the fact that even the top business tycoon Ambani is entering into the mobile market, the Airtel continues to be one of the important stakeholder in the whole communication market. So that's what is the tolerance to uncertainty. If you are readily accepting it, I think you will be having numerous possibilities open up in the life. Let us go with the third element, that is the desire for independence. It's not only about the financial independence, but also about the feeling of being your own boss. You don't have to depend on somebody who is always giving you some order. And as the Japanese management says, that you must think whatever target you have set for yourself, you must think that you already have achieved the target. Then in your imaginations, you just stand at your target and then look back and see how you reached. So once you have the target, you have the starting point, it is very easy for you to connect the dotted lines and actually travel on the path. So this is about the desire for independence. Next point is continuous goal setting. This entrepreneurship are the people who become complacent after achieving something. Once you achieve a certain goal, this is only a stepping stone for the next goal. Hence, it continues throughout. And because once you stop, you're nowhere. So, irrespective of how many goals you achieve in the process, how big as a successful person you have become, the goals will never going to stop, and which is what is very common in any successful entrepreneur. And you can compare them with all those who are billionaires of the modern times, or the startups who have now converted themselves into unicorns, and 100 such unicorns are there present in our own country. For that matter, we are only second after USA in terms of the startup unicorns. Chilling. Next, an entrepreneur should be having the quest for persistent problem solving. First, he should identify what are the problems being faced by the society, and there are multiple problems. He must care for all those problems, and whatever he can pick, depending on his own capability, his own area of work and interest, he can pick and choose those problems, and then for each problem, he can work out multiple solutions. So much so that he can find out the best possible solution for each problem. He can design a product on that basis and launch his product, commercialize him, and make a benefit in the process. Thereby, it is a win-win situation for everybody. While the society is getting solutions to its problem, the businessman in the process is getting a lot of benefit in terms of the commercial success. The achievement orientation is also very much there in many of the entrepreneurs. So these are the people who are highly achievement oriented. They don't look for anything else. Having set their goals, they just proceed with all the effort at their disposal. They strive for success and they achieve in the process. And having said that, like I told you in the earlier previous slide, they set another goal, they get success, again another goal, again success, and the journey goes on like that. And finally, we should discuss about the positive outlook, and it has been rightly quoted: the people who shine from within, they don't need the spotlight, because all the motivations come from within. And why it comes? Because these people are enjoying their work. And why they enjoy? Because they think that they are doing something for the betterment of the society and for the betterment of themselves as also. And in the process, they are supplementing to the national economic development. So one must have a positive outlook. All the positive vibes will flow through them, and this will result into all positive actions, positive decision making, and positive outcomes in the process. So finally, concluding, I would say that what defines us is how well we rise after we fall, because we know that there are good patches, there are bad patches of the lives, ups and downs. But it is only when we are facing a downfall, we must have the ability to bounce back with an even increased height and do well in all the future endeavors. So I hope you have enjoyed all these presentations, and you must make note of those points, which all of these are to be imbibed in your thought process. And if you imbibe it seriously and thoughtfully, definitely you are going to become a better successful person, or to be more specific, a successful entrepreneur. Okay, so that's all for the day. Do like, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more interesting videos. And here is my contact details. You can just connect with me if at all you require. Okay, so on that note, I thank all of you for watching my video, and stay tuned and have a nice day. Okay.